The Churchill Downs Saturday $100 budget edition of the Notorious OTB on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for bettors. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 deposit bonus. Welcome, everyone, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my Cuban links on.
Yes, Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crime, Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, the benevolent time traveler, Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
What's good, Barry?
Not much, my brother. Not much. Really eagerly awaiting your return.
Thank you.
And back from the dead, my man.
Yeah. In honor of the commutation of the sentence of Larry Hoover, the founder of the Gangster Disciples, I'm in my GD. So this is what I feel like I look like here, Barry, is I feel like I look like the extremely light-skinned Gangster Disciple who's out of the game now, but runs a midnight basketball program. And I talk like, whenever I talk in documentaries, I hold my hands like this, like, listen, this is what's going on. What do you think? Am I
like a pale Dr. Umar?
Yeah, that sort of thing.
But from my experience, and it's limited, the light-skinned ones are the ones you got to look out for. They're usually the craziest ones in the group. So,
Ernie, you better handle
that's you in this situation.
Yeah. Because when shit pops off, someone is gonna have to talk to the cops. All right, guys. So I turned 40. We were only supposed to miss like 3 shows. It turned into missing like 5 shows because I got sick. But first, I gotta say some thank yous. Thank you to Crystal Conning, Marty Shapiro, Shannon at Airdrie Stud, Jorge Vasquez at Gainesway, and Carson Blevins and her husband who met me and my wife out for drinks, which was fun. So thank you, everyone. I had a fantastic trip. Most importantly, thank you to my beautiful wife who set the whole thing up for me. I had a fantastic time. Barry, I feel like I'm full of all sorts of horse wisdom now.
You should be full of that and a lot of other horse stuff. Maybe also. We'll see.
Horse play? I don't know. Okay. We run a horse racing podcast. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah. No, I got you. I did not get you, but I got you now.
Word.
But man, it was a little bit. I had a spiritual experience with the Fleet Alex, Barry.
Yeah, you just shake his hand.
So, all right, we're at Gainesway. Crystal Conning set it up. Like it was like Gainesway was closed for like tours and shit. So it was just this gentleman, Jorge Vasquez, who I think is like a big time polo player, like showing us around. And he goes, "Oh, you're from Arkansas. I bet you want to see a Fleet Alex." And I was like,
"Bingo."
You damn skippy, I do, Jorge. And so there was this lady he was showing around also who we Googled her. Turns out is like a member of the aristocracy and like a British like polo riding coach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, fancy, hyphenated name and everything. And so she had never seen the Fleet Alex Preakness. So we're walking down the path. She's watching the Preakness. I can hear Durkin's call like clear as day from her phone. And like I see the paddock that he's in, and I look up, and he like just his ears just kind of like prick up, like he heard like,
it.
Durkin. Yeah, and he comes just like not like walking slow, like it was kind of like a yeah, dude. It was nice. It was like, oh shit. Like it had me feeling some kind of way. Like I had some
Well,
goosebumps.
I don't know if people follow me on Instagram, but uh, a couple days ago, I put up a video. I think it was last weekend, where people have off the track thoroughbreds, like people are taking care of them now, and they play the call to post on their phone, and all the horses, perk up and they look around. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Marty Shapiro, friend of the show, now Marty Shapiro, was telling me, he's like, once you get out of Airdrie, like it's just gonna feel like different, and he was right. Like it does. Like I don't know how to describe it. I think it's because it's really beautiful out there, but it was a great trip. We got to pet some like 3-month-old Oscar performance babies. Yeah, it was adorable. So thank you to everyone. I had a fantastic trip. If you have questions about it, I fucking posted that shit all over Twitter and everything. All right, real quick. The SGP guys are going to be ripping packs live on air next Monday night. They'll be breaking a case of Panini Prisms with DAPS, and you can get 10% off your favorite team with promo code SGPN. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/break to get in on the action. If anyone out there knows whatever the fuck any of that means, let me know. God damn, you miss a week of shows and then the ad reads come back crazy as hell. All right, Barry, enough talk about sightseeing and shit. It's the first show of the week. We're diving right into the deep end, the big show end, if you will. We're back finally. We've got a pretty good little card at Churchill Downs this Saturday to dig into with 5 graded stakes spread over the 11 race card. As is tradition, Barry and I have gone through the card to give you our best bets for a $100 budget. So we're talking Churchill Downs Saturday. That's this Saturday, the 31st of May, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for the card, 12:45 p.m. Eastern, 11:45 a.m. God's time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, out on the Pacific coast. And it could be any race. You can use any wager type. Whatever makes that cash money, just stay within the $100 budget. Got it? Good. Sweet. Here we go. Let's talk some racing. Let's pull up some daily racing form here, which I got that name on my tit right there. Boom.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going full NASCAR driver. There's so much space for you to be sponsored on my body. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Neither Barry nor I could wait long to make our first play. I'm going to go first because I've got a win bet here in race 2, 6 furlongs, $25,000 claiming on the dirt. All right, so race 2, I'm going to be playing a $10 win on the number 11, One Cool Dude, 8-1. And One Cool Dude could end up taking a little bit of money. But I think the price should be fair enough here with the size of this field in a sprint race. I thought the Torres and One Cool Dude just basically tripped the fuck out for Blair Jordan in this spot. The pace sets up, well, the pace setup is there early with the number 1 Sound Doctrine, the number 2 Pay Zone, the number 4 Uncashed, all projecting to kind of send early for the lead. One Cool Dude should be sitting the stalking trip here behind that pace. And I think should hopefully take advantage of it at a pretty good price. And Blair Jordan is good at getting his horses to respond first off of a long layoff. And has done just that with One Cool Dude, previously winning first off the layoff at Churchill Downs. There we go. Barry, what would it be if we didn't have Arkansas internet going? All right, but I've got the ass man power move here with a One Cool Dude with a smoking hot work followed by a slow one. I think this one is ready to pop first off the layoff. So I'm playing a $10 win here on number 11, One Cool Dude, 8-1 on the morning line. Barry, you kicked it off in race 2 also, but you did it in a different fashion. You started a daily double in race 2.
Absolutely. Now, race 2 is the $25,000 6 furlong open claimer. I thought there was quite a bit of speed in here. Not a abundance, but enough. But it's also kind of cheap speed. So I don't trust any of them. This includes the 1 Sound Doctrine, the 2 Pay Zone, Uncashed, Even the outside horse, the 12 Lightning Struck, maybe even one Cool Dude. But I think a horse that's going to be kind of stalking that speed is going to win. So I narrowed that down to 3 horses in this race, and I'm going to use these 3 horses in my $5 daily double. I'm going to use the 3 Morello, who has some back class as well. Should fit perfectly with these horses. The 5 MB's Munning, getting Jose Ortiz for the first time and going into the Joe Sharp barn for the first time, and he's been white hot. Nice workout on May 10th for this horse, and gets the go-to rider in Jose Ortiz at 5-1. Had to include that one, and I'm also going to include the 10 Higher Standard. This horse is first off the claim for Thomas Malloy, who does okay with these kind of acquisitions. This horse should fit well, especially second off the bench, coming off an effort in the slop at Keeneland. I think this horse fits well here also. So we're going to use the 3, 5, and 10 in my daily double to start.
There we go. And that rolls into race 3, 5 furlongs, $92,000 restricted maiden special weight on the dirt. It's for the babies, for the 2-year-olds. What are you doing here? You got a pedigree edge? What are you doing?
No, actually, that's one of the things I found surprising is there wasn't really much to go on pedigree wise here. Some of these horses look like they want to run on the turf eventually. So I don't know how good they're going to be in this spot. I mean, obviously they got to start somewhere. This is as good a spot as any. It's a big field. So we're going to take a couple of shots here. One horse that did have a little bit of pedigree is the 2 Backgammon. There's some precociousness there with the dam and some siblings. And this horse kind of, sort of, might want to turf. But I like that race that this horse ran at Keeneland. It wasn't that bad. It made up some ground, passed a couple of horses, and I think that might go a long way in a race like this. So we're going to use the 2 Backgammon at 8-1. And we're also going to use the 6 Simone for George Weaver, who he does well with first-time starters. This one has a couple of good works on May 18th and May 24th. But all of the works have been pretty decent for this horse. A Vacoma Baby, which I know you love. So we're going to use the 6 as well, 8-1 as well. So we're going to use the 2 Backgammon and the 6 Simone to close.
When I was at Airdrie Stud and I was talking to Shannon, the sales manager, no big deal, just a little name drop there. We were just casually chatting about how the Vacoma is really going to set the market for the second crop. But no big deal. No, I know horses. That's all I'm saying. Barry, I've lost you. I can't hear you. Barry's having some issues with the StreamYard once again. Hey, man. Live TV. That's what happens. You know what? While Barry's getting it figured out, this is a good time to remind you that Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved, no usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, and 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And got to talk about our good friends at Underdog, because Underdog is going along for the NBA playoffs with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up, promo code SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN. And guys, believe me when I say, have to get a brief rehydration interlude in.
I got ice all over my body looking like a snowman. Big rocks in the grill dancing like a slow jam. My chain's so heavy I'm walking like an old man. Try me, you.
So heavy, walking like an old man.
I believe that banger gets us banned. You can't watch us in Belarus and Russia because of Paul Wall, the people's champ, spitting that heat.
Sucks to be them. Just saying.
Sucks. So I say he's the feature king. I say he's the greatest featuring, artist who just comes in and drops a bar, kills it. No big deal. All right, Barry, You actually have the next play as well. You go to race 5. We're talking 8.5 furlongs, $125,000 non-winners will win something. I'm not here to read your fucking conditions. Optional claiming on the dirt. You got a little win cooked up. You got a little daily double. What are you cooking with here?
Yeah. We're gonna start with the win bet. I thought this race was really interesting from the standpoint as we got that horse that I've sworn off for the rest of my life, Anonima, in this race.
Mm-hmm. She
You know,
did to us.
I just have to bet against her in this spot. And, honestly, this is a real precarious position for a lot of these horses. I'm not really sure where a lot of them go from here, but there's some potential. A lot of these horses are very lightly raced, and there may be a stake winner or two in here. So we're gonna give it a go. My $20 win bet is on number 5, Justin Queso. Now, this horse ran 4 times, 2 of which this horse did not show up. One was in the grade 3 Forward Gal, where this horse was completely overmatched, didn't get a good trip at all, and just kind of packed it in. Came out of that race to go a mile and a 16th and ran really, really well in a similar race to this. Came back again in the slop and ran a clunker in the slop. So I'm going to chalk that up to the wet track not being Justin Queso's favorite. And if you're doing the every other, this would be the positive note of that pattern. But the 2 races that this horse ran well in and, kind of stand out against this field. And I think this is a field this horse can handle. I don't see any world beaters in here. You got horses like Cliquot and possibly Heavenly Sunset, but they're very lightly raced, and I don't know if they have the ability to go against winners in this fashion and win when doing something for the first time. They're both stretching out. Actually, Heavenly Sunset is not stretching out, but getting a fast track for the first time. Cliquot is stretching out for the first time. So kind of wild cards. At least Justin Queso is a little bit established for him, and I want to stress a little bit because this horse, Justin Queso, is one that I normally wouldn't like, but I think this horse is just might be better than these just off of experience and the company that this horse has been keeping. So we're going to go $20 win bet on number 5, Justin Queso.
Love that name for us. Love Christian Torres. As you can tell by my physique, I'm a big fan of cheese dip. We got Junior Mafia popping off in the chat here. Nick Severs, I agree. He says the card on Saturday is so good. I agree, and I like it when he says positive things. All right, Barry, you are rolling a daily double from 5 into 6. Are you only using Justin Queso? Are you being so bold?
No. I like I said, I like this horse quite a bit, but it's hard to trust 100%. I'm more like a 96%. So we're going to use 2 horses in my $5 daily double. We're going to use Justin Queso, of course, and we're also going to use Dare to Fly, who I think is a horse on the rise. I like that race at Oaklawn last time going a mile. This horse was kind of parked out the whole way. And in my estimation, I don't think this horse was ridden the right way. And then that goes to say, Irad Ortiz was on this horse.
Yep.
But Irad off and Ben Curtis on, I think I'm liking in this spot. Not to mention the fact that this horse has gone 2 turns already and probably should be better at it this time. And again, not much in this field. So this is kind of a race that's up for grabs. At 10-1, I'll give a shot to Dare to Fly. So we're going to use the 5 and the 10 in this race.
Barry, I mean, keep open mind when I suggest this, but are we maybe Irad Ortiz to Ben Curtis, like dirty little pig boy people?
Might be, because Irad off sometimes is a good thing, depending on how the horse is ridden. I've been on record saying that I do not appreciate the way Irad rides on the lead. He tends to make his moves a little bit too early. He actually did it the other day at Santa Anita on Be Your Best, and it didn't really hurt the horse, but you could tell that he kind of pushed the button a little bit too early. But Be Your Best was just way too much for those horses. So that's where I stand on that thing.
You know what? I'm calling it.
Little pig boy.
Can I get the definition?
Little pig boy. He's that pathetic, dirty bitch baby mistress gets to stand on.
Yep.
All right. So
Standing on my back.
You've got, just in case, so you've got Dare to Fly. Is that it for race 5?
Yes, those are the only two I'm using.
We swing it into race 6 furlongs, $275,000. The grade 3, the Aristides, I believe. Is that right? Did I say it right? Aristides?
I've heard it pronounced it.
the
Yeah, I've heard it
aristocrat-
Aristides. I've heard Aristides. I don't know.
Ritz crackers. I don't
Yeah.
know. All right.
Whatever
Something like
floats your
that.
boat.
What that works. I tried to just super Greek legend it up. Aristides. All right, guys. Oh, Aristides. Fuck that name. All right, whatever. Barry, you're closing off your daily double here in this fuckboy named stakes race. What are you doing here to close it out?
Yeah, there's a lot of speed in this race with Champlin and the two outside horses, Skelly, who's super fast, and World Record, who is super, super fast as well. I think it sets up for a horse that's going to sit slightly off the pace. So I'm going to use the 3 Giant Mischief, who should be kind of up close and be able to take over from these horses if they should stub their toe, which I think they might. And also Happy is a choice, and the faster up front, the better. So I think they're both going to be coming late at this speed, and hopefully one of the two can get it done. Giant Mischief 4-1, and Happy is a choice 6-1 with my man Raylu.
I love me some Raylu. I looked at this quite a bit, and I wondered, can I beat Skelly? And I think you're right that the pace scenario is there to beat Skelly. I've also thought that the pace scenario is there to beat Skelly a couple times.
Yeah,
the horse just run a fucking hole in the wind. And it's just like, holy shit, like 20 seconds to the fucking I
mean, he's not the best at Churchill, so that's what I'm kind of holding my hat on.
That's true. Only one win, 3 seconds here. So.
And got beat by Happy as a choice at Churchill as well. So
yeah,
we got that going for us.
I'm a firm believer that Steve Asmussen can't wake up in the middle of the night and walk to the bathroom to take a piss without tripping over just like a champion world-class sprinter. Like he's so good. So just all the good sprinters for the last 3 years have been all Steve Asmussen. All right. Was that it? Do we got everything?
Yep. Just those two. Yep. $5 double to the 3 and 4 in this race.
There we go. Well, for people who are fans of not skipping races, guess what? My next play comes out of race 7. It's going to be a daily double. I feel like I'm pulling out the bastard base amount for this daily double. I got a $15 daily double.
That's a Time Lord special.
I like it. Let's see. Hold on. Nick Seaver's probably taking shit. Pace is always fast enough to beat him, and he keeps running well. I'm against again because I hate money, dude. No, same, girl, same is how I feel about that. All right. So in race 7, I'm going to single here with the 5. And Barry, as I recently revealed to you in a moment of just honest vulnerability, that while I get made fun of a lot for thinking every sprint race will melt down, that the real shameful shit that I do really often is think that a horse will wire a turf route. I've learned to live with that shame, and I'm leaning into my submissive, dirty little pig boy nature.
Little pig boy comes from the dirt.
And I'm singling who I see as the lone early speed in this race, and that's going to be 5 Charlie's to Blame, Joel Rosario up, Peter Yurton. So Yurton drops Charlie's to Blame into this race first off of the synthetic after getting smoked on the front end of a really hot pace in the race I like to call the JRS squared, the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Back near, the end of March. Before that, he was last seen wiring a field on the Durf going 8.5. I expect Rosario to not fuck around and put this horse on the lead and control the pace. which makes it for me pretty much a natural single. I've got a horse that's going to make its own race. I'm pretty much a dirty little pig boy for these. So I'm singling what I see as the lone early speed in race 7, the 5 Charlie's to Blame.
Yes, I'm singing. I want to mingle.
You want to mingle?
Yeah.
And so I roll that daily into race 8, 8.5 furlongs, $275,000. Shawnee Stakes, grade 3 on the dirt. And I thought that the pace could get extremely swift early. And I also thought that I had 2 horses at pretty good prices just off the pace that would pay like build your own exploding dick-shaped rocket money. If this $15 daily double hits with Charlie's to Blame in the first half and then either of these two. Yeah, I said it. Exploding dick-shaped rocket money. I'm going to use the 4 Hoosier Filly at 5-1. I've always had a soft spot for this horse, and she really does stand to sit a good trip for Tom Amoss with Morales aboard. She's looked sharp since going on the shelf following the stakes race at Churchill Downs on the 14th of September last year. And, I mean, very consistent performer that has the ability to pass. I mean, with the pace setup, this wouldn't shock me at all. The other horse I'm going to use is the 6 Alpine Princess. That's right. Flo Cox, a symbol. Because we got Team Flo Cox linking up on Alpine Princess, who also stands to sit a great trip just off of the pace in this race. And you can choose to see the last 2 races as a reason to fade. But if you're like me, you draw a line through those wet, fast, and sloppy performances last out and 2 back. Throw those out, and you see a horse that's fast enough to dominate this field. Surely it's going to take money, but will still be valuable if connected in the double. So that's why I'm using it in the double along with the 4 Hoosier Filly in this leg. So that's a daily double, $15, starting in race 7, moving into race 8 with the 5 singled, with the 4-6. Barry, we just keep rolling along. You've got to play in race 9, 8.5 furlongs. The Arlington, $275,000 grade 3 on the turf. This isn't the same as the Arlington Million. They didn't just like take the balls off the Arlington Million, did they? Right? They're still going to run an Arlington Million.
No. I think this would be it.
Oof. Please take us away.
Yes, the Arlington 275,000. Yeah, this is a really good race, actually. All these horses are very evenly matched. I think it all comes down to trip. And, a lot of these horses have, ran against each other. They've been beating each other for quite a while now. Like Logano's Hershey, Gigante, and, Cameo Performance. They've been running together in certain spots. And I'm going to land with a $15 win bet on number 3 Gigante. I think this horse has been in really good form as of late. I can forgive the last race on the good surface, on the good turf. And the horse was caught out wide, had to kind of get involved way too early and just was cooked, by the time they got to the stretch. Not a surprise. Gets a great post position this time and should sit a really good trip behind the speed. If nobody goes, this horse can inherit it. But I think there's a tracker in Silent Heart, and Mercante should be out there winging it. And Gigante will probably get first run on the rest of the closers, and I think that might make the difference in this race going a mile and the 16th rather than a mile and an 8th. So at 10-1, getting Jose Ortiz, I'm in. Number 3 Gigante to the hoop.
Nick Sievers, Johnny on the spot with the.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did run that. They ran that card already, didn't they?
That's right. I think they did. Didn't they do like Virginia Derby, that little like boutique?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Oh no. Arlington Million, is that later in the year? I don't know. We have to look that up.
Must be. Well, Barry, I've got to play also here in the same race. I'm playing a $20 win bet straight up. And I'm telling you, man, number 2, Cameo Performance. Are we Luis Saez to Ben Curtis, people? Maybe we are. Maybe we are. I'm getting a good price, 6-1. give me a horse that I like at a nice square price with Ben Curtis up, then I'm going to throw $20 at it to win, just probably out of fucking reflex. Especially when it's getting a great setup in the spot. Not only could I see the 4 Hershey, the 7 Silent Heart, and the 8 Mercante all sending for the lead, I could see the 3 Gigante maybe inserting himself into the equation. Up the stablemate, the 5 Laganos. I've got Cameo Performance sitting the rail trip, same ground. And if you believe the last figures that he paired up at Fairgrounds, then, I mean, he's plenty fast enough to win here at Churchill Downs. And then again, at Churchill Downs on Derby Day, he could have been maybe an easy winner with a clean trip. We got the sneaky little dirty pig boy angle here where, we've been training on the all weather and then doing a surface change onto the turf. So yeah, man, I like it. I like to. I also maybe visited Mill Ridge Farm where Oscar Performance stands and petted a bunch of little Oscar Performance babies. That has nothing to do with it. I really like this horse. I'm playing Cameo Performance to win to the hoop. Barry, what do you think about Cameo Performance?
I like that horse, but my only reservation is this horse is running without Lasix and hasn't really done all that well without Lasix. It's a hard read in general, especially with this pace. It could go a lot of different ways, but not without a chance for sure.
It's weird because you have 2 instances where he's run, because I looked at the Lasix thing as well. You have 2 instances where he's run on Lasix, come back first off the Lasix, and put up a pretty good consistent number. But it's that next start that we're on that takes that fall off. If he can stay close to that 96, he's plenty live.
Yeah, he'll be right there. Yeah.
It could be one of those things we were talking about where sometimes you forget that a horse can regress and still win.
Yep. Yeah, it's something that you don't think about unless you have a horse like journalism in the Preakness, so something like that, where the horse didn't run what he did in the Derby, but still won and the whole 9, overcame a whole lot. I mean, it's almost like his Preakness was actually a little bit better than the Derby, but we'll see how the horse comes out of that into everything else. But horses seem to be able, once they get consistent, that's when they usually can regress and still win, depending on the field.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, Barry, real quick before we hit our next race, got to get a word in from our good friends at Rhythm, because Rhythm is your home for AI-backed picks and props. Dominate the NBA playoffs, PGA, MLB, and they just launched the ladies, the WNBA. Rhythm knows you'll love it. That's why they include a 7-day free trial. Rhythm has some amazing deals going on now. 25% off monthly subscriptions with promo code SGPN25 and 50% off annual subscriptions with promo code SGPN50. That's RITHMM, promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Get your 7-day free trial, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And as Barry and I discussed, if you win the Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football giveaway, they're going to feed you enough alcohol where you're probably going to shit your pants in the elevator between the pool and your room, I'm guessing, because they're giving away 12-person league draft experience at Circa Casino and Resort in Las Vegas. It's got a 2-night stay for your entire 12-person league. You got a draft cabana. You got a limo transportation because fucking A, you should probably not get behind the wheel of a vehicle. Anyway, contest runs from May 5th to June 30th. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. And of course, listen, guys, the Preakness is over, but still Triple Crown season, because next Saturday it's time to sing New York, New York. That's right. We got Belmont week coming up. Sign up today using promo code SGPN200 and score a $200 deposit match bonus. Don't wait. Head to NairoBets.com/SGPN200 and claim your $200 deposit match bonus today. And if you excuse me, I need to get the briefest of rehydration interludes in.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Spinal will get you every single time. Oh, I didn't do this earlier. We're back, and what are Barry and I doing? That's right, we're giving out free picks.
And I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfless.
Because we're selfless, damn it. All right, my next play comes out of race 10. I've got a win and an exacta. I was bragging to Barry that whenever I was putting my bets together for the show, that I really kind of simpled it, made it a little more simple. I was trying to do some crazy exotic bets. I've got a lot of straight up wins. This is my one exotic, and I'm going ice cold. I'm playing a $20 win, number 6, Hall of Fame at 8-1. And this wasn't intentional, but it's pretty sweet. It worked out this way. I've got a $10 ice cold exacta. 6 with the 9, baby. 6 with the 9. Yeah, you heard it correct. So, excuse me, this is all. The 6 Hall of Fame 6-1. I mean, by the way, Hall of Fame's nose is the quantifiable gap between me now and me with about 6 figures in my pocket after hitting the pick 5 at Fairgrounds on the 15th of February of this year. When he just got a nose up over my single Kimura Beanie Amono. Maybe was the most beautiful ticket I ever created. And that makes my soul a couple shades darker after that beat, but I digress. You're getting a great price on the morning line here. And I don't think that likely holds with Hall of Fame, who ran some really bang up races, back this winter at the Fairgrounds against some pretty tough competition. The winners of his last 2 out are you got Fierceness, and then Touch Upon a Star, who won his very next start after his race with Hall of Fame. The 3rd place finisher in that Touch Upon a Star race was the BC Classic winner, Sierra Leone, which it was his first start off of a long layoff, but still, Sierra Leone is Sierra Leone, no matter how you slice it. So this is a simple case of trips the fuck out, I think. And then the setup is here, and for now, the price is good on a horse that's more than good enough to win this race. I splashed in the cutie pie pool here with my bet only once today, and I'm Babe Ruth calling my shot in the spot with an ice cold exacta in race 10. I'm putting my win bet with Hall of Fame on top, and then I'm doing the number 9 post time at 3-1 underneath. I had post time sitting way off this pace, which should fall apart, but might be a little too far back to make anything out of the setup. But with that closing kick, Hall of Fame wins it. It's post time that he's holding off late. So I'm going ice cold, $10 exacta, 6 with the 9, $20 win, the number 6 Hall of Fame, 8-1. Barry, you also have thoughts on race 10. What did you do? Share.
Yes, I took a slightly different view of this race. And I'll start with the horse that you are on, just so you can see how I have a different take on Hall of Fame's career.
Are you about to just roast my horse?
No, not completely. I just think that this horse is
so a light sear. Just you're gonna broil
just a light cook. I just think the horse's 3 wins since December 1st were kind of perfect trip against lesser competition. Those first 2, the 50,000 non-winners of 2, and then that allowance, that horse had no business losing those races and didn't. Then in the mine shaft, kind of got a perfect trip, and that field really set it up. I mean, honestly, your horse Morabino
Amore.
There you go. That horse probably should have won that race. Had no excuse and got
don't
nipped.
Say that, dude.
That's got nipped. Got nipped by mine shaft.
So bad. It was so fucking bad. I would have hit that on like a $12 ticket. Oh shit.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that was incredible handicapping. But then runs into Touch Upon a Star, which that horse should have beat. And then ran into Fierceness, and then Most Wanted, who has a lot of speed. So I'm not really sure how good Hall of Fame is despite the reputation. I guess that's where I stand with that horse. He's definitely a nice horse, don't get me wrong. And he definitely has every right to win this race and might even do that. But I'm going to take the I don't know angle on this. The horse hasn't run well without Lasix either. Hasn't won without Lasix, so that's a concern. Most Wanted's really, really fast. Should be contesting the lead. Banishing will probably need to be there as well. But I don't think it's like supersonic pace. And my $15 win bet to close this out is going on number 3, Antiquarian. I think this horse is really going to improve on the stretch out here, the slight stretch out to 1 1/8 from 7 furlongs. One of the angles I use a lot is the comeback race is as good as what the horse was before they went on the layoff. And this horse fits it to a T. Ran a 93 buyer at Gulfstream on April 19th after a layoff from June 8th, 2024. He's running almost identical numbers. I think the stretch out makes a lot of sense here. This field isn't as good as it seems. I think the presence of Mystic Dan, bolsters the reputation of this race, but he's not actually all that good. He kind of tripped out last time, almost won. I don't foresee him doing that in this race, even though this is probably more of a field he could handle. But I'm going to take Antiquarian as a horse on the rise at a decent price at 15-1. Probably will not get that. I'd say we'd be lucky to get 10, if not a little lower, like 7 or 8. But that's good enough for me in this spot for a horse that should get a great trip. So we're going with number 3, Antiquarian, to the hoop, my friend. And also, Shaq Diesel came out of that race, that optional claimer, to win a stake.
Okay. The last race that Antiquarian has, that is an angle I love to play, which is first out of Witsec for Todd Pletcher. Like, his horses like disappear, move to Arizona for a little while, and pop up later with a mustache and just fucking run a hole in the wind. Yeah, that's how I feel about those. So Barry, you're all in. You of course will have I assume a bailout bet for us.
Yes, I do.
Oh, by the way, I knew I remembered Antiquarian because he won the Peter Pan last year.
Courtesy of Peter Pan Bus Line.
I got to bring it back from the dead one more time, people. There we go. All right. Barry, since my last play is my bailout, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cue the old Denzel here. Guys, the time has come in the show where we've held back our tastiest, most profitable morsels for you for the last race of the day to bail yourself out, to leave with a little something.
I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
I'm not only leaving with something, I'm leaving after I throw just a 75-yard post route dime of a touchdown here. Almost overthrow Tyreek Hill, throw it downfield here. In the race 11, it's 9 furlongs, $275,000. The regret stakes, a grade 3 on the turf. I've got a $10 win on the number 3, a Terradora at 20-1 for Mike Maker. We've got Ricardo Santana Jr. up. All you got to ask is, how is a Terradora 20-1? The last out figure after coming out of the block slow was plenty fast enough to win this race. After putting up a huge performance in the debut, posting an 81 buyer speed figure, which is only second behind the chalk, the number 7 Lush Lips at 3-1 for best ever turf figure in the field. The horse took a step back after that, a debut win, and career best figure, and had to figure herself out again when it came to facing winners. I think she's figured it out here, and I think she's primed to run a career best performance through the weeds to beat winners for the first time. And this pace looks pretty swift early once again. And if you look at the time form past performances, when you see those red numbers in a race, you see a strong showing for a Terradora. With the swift pace early, I feel good about my chances. I'm in for my $100. No muss, no fuss. That's also my bailout bet. The number 3, a Terradora, 20-1, $10 to win. Barry, did you have something out of this final race that you could put your name on here?
Absolutely, I got a bailout selection, but I'm not gonna be quite as creative as you are. Definitely not. I think Lush Lips lays over this field, is the best horse in this race, gets any kind of trip she wants, and she's gonna be real tough to beat in this spot. Getting Pratt, the whole 9. If we get 3-1, that would be excellent, but I'm guessing we'll probably get more like 9-5. But again, you're leaving here with something.
There are additional things that I even just kind of got a little high and forgot to add to my notes here that I'm going to point out that I love about a Terradora. For one, if we look at that damn last gold, a Terradora has a half sibling that won out to 1.25 miles in Ireland on the turf over I just assume in Ireland it's just like a little layer of grass that just floats on a perpetual river of mud. That's how I feel like the turf is run. But also, I wasn't as familiar with Star Spangled Banner. I look at the distance, Tomlinson here. I'm like 262. I don't know. We got Australian sires. These are pretty good on the distance. And I look it up, and the horse sires 17% winners turf routes. The average is 11%. You know what the average winning distance is? 8.9 furlongs. You know what distance this is? 9 furlongs. So that's it. That's my spiel on a Terradora. I feel really smart. This one's going to fucking win.
We'll see.
We will see. Barrington J. Steele, how do you feel about wrapping up some picks?
I feel like we have to.
Yeah. Obligated by law. Obligated by law. Here we go.
All right. So we're going to start mine with a $5 daily double, the 3, 5, and 10 with the 2 and 6 in race 2. Race 5, a $20 win bet on number 5, and also a $5 daily double, 5 and 10 with 3 and 4 in race 6. Race 9, $15 a win on number 3, and race 10, $15 a win on number 3, and race 11, bailout on number 7, Lush Lips. Let's go.
Let's go, he says. All right, here are my plays. $100 budget bets for this Saturday at Churchill Downs. Start off in race 2. We got a $10 win on number 11, One Cool Dude. Race 7, we're playing the bastard amount, $15 daily double. 5 singled to the 4-6 in race 8. Then in race 9, win on the number 2 cameo performance. Race 10, we got a $20 win on the number 6. It's a Brad Cox horse. Can't remember the name right now. And a $10 ice cold exacta 6 with 9. Nice. Race 11, we got a $10 win. Number 3, a Terradora, who I just made, I'm going to say, just an overwhelming case for. If she doesn't win, it's not because I didn't speak for her, well enough. It's because of something else. What you looking at, Barry? What's going on?
No, I was trying to get my picks on my computer.
There we go. There we go.
What do we do?
Is that a national?
Instead of on a clipboard.
Show me that shirt. What shirt that is?
Major League
Horse Bet. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very nice. I had an idea, Barry, and it involves our Oaks Day art, which is we take away the background so it looks like the faces in a wreath of lilies. Says Notorious OTB, and then says lilies for the Phillies.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah.
Could be strong. Could be strong.
Very strong.
Could be strong. All right, guys. Barry, you got any parting words?
Yeah. Don't get sick.
No, dude, it fucking sucks.
Yeah,
it's happened to both of us now, and it is terrible. Don't do it.
Awful. Don't do it if you can avoid it. Especially in the summertime. Being sick in the summer is the worst.
Blows. Absolutely blows. It is the worst. Yeah, I feel you. I agree. Wise words he just said. All right, that's going to do it for us here at the Notorious OTB for the day. But don't you fret. We will be back tomorrow, I promise, whenever we put it on our mamas. That's right. It's Friday. We got the horses that you don't just single. We put it on our mamas.
On my mama, on my hood. I look fly. Yeah. I look good. Touch my swag.
You know we're one forever on this. We got to hit another one.
Yeah.
Literally one forever. One.
My mom forgot to text me on my birthday, and I gotta think the two are strongly related.
Very related. Yes.
That's a lie. I'm kidding. Just look at this woman. Do you think that this sweet woman would forget to text me on my birthday? No, she did. Okay. I love you, Mom. Okay. I don't show through my pics, but I love you. All right. That's the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. We will catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.